everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. This is Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Thank you very much for joining us this weekend. We're working on another block of the month, but it's for my Peacemakers Guild. I belong to 3 guilds, Erin Hillsburg, Fergus, and Orangeville, which is Peacemakers. And they are having their meeting on Monday night, just passed, and they had requested scrap blocks, and it's a certain type of scrap block. It's actually called a Scrappy String Block. Sorry, I just want to make sure I had it right. And you cut a cream piece of fabric, 13.5 by 13.5, and then you cut that in half, which ends up looking like this. So I've already made one, and I seem to have misplaced my other one. Oh, it's in front of the cameraman there. So what we're going to do is, since I've already made one, and it was requesting to use freezer paper, but I don't have freezer paper, and it flies right in the screen. I didn't have any freezer paper, so I thought of how can I do this without using freezer paper. So you have your half triangle, right? And of course I have this lovely ruler that's 12.5 by 12.5, completely square. And this line, once you line it up to your center, that's how you're going to trim your block. So you're going to start off at 13.5 by 13.5 and end it at 12.5 by 12.5. So I'm lining this diagonal line from my end, one end of my corner ruler to the other, right along my first stitched line from my cream fabric to my colored strippy fabric, okay? So we'll do another one, but I just want to show you this is how I came up with it, okay? So before I cut, because of the freezer paper gives you the guideline of how to make sure you're coming farther than this edge with your fabric, your scrappy fabric, so when you trim it, you have enough and you're not coming short. But I found as I was working with it, if I took my half triangle and then just folded it over, I made sure that I was clearing all the way to that tip and then some. Like as you will see, it's that a little bit farther down than it needed to be. So I know it's going to make that other side of that square, okay? At least to me, that's how it works out. Well, we'll find out for sure. All right, so back this way. Okay. And of course, it's always best to stand when you're cutting, okay? Because that way you're over your project. You got a nice even pressure over your ruler. I have big hands and long fingers, so I can just stretch like a pterodactyl sort of thing. Make sure it's all there. My mom said I had piano fingers when I was a kid, but I can't play nothing to save my life. All right, okay, so now you stretch it out. This has been ironed as I was going. I know, strange, but true. Okay, trim. Okay, and just pull it off gently to the side. And that can go to a nice, super, like really cool kind of quilt that's all chunked up in pieces and another super scrappy. Don't waste anything. Nice even pressure. Okay, I think that one shifted just a smidge, but that's my own problem. And there's one of our blocks. Okay, super cool. Now we're gonna make another one. See, in these, you could sew these two together. Okay. And then you could like cut like a little tiny square block out of that and boom, got yourself another quilt going on. Okay, so back to focus for the strip quilts. I've got my little strips here. Just grabbed a variety. I'm gonna make 2 for the guild, like I did 2 for the Erin Hillsburg Guild. And I'm gonna try use similar colors, so at least there's 2 matchy ones sort of in there. So I'll make sure I have some pink and some purple or what have you. They say the minimum for your first piece is 18 inches. So I chose 18 inches and then a couple a little bit shorter than that, but not too much as I was going along, and some were still 18 as you saw. It was nice and they were nice and long and big. So I had this little teal color there the first time around. I think I'm gonna use pink for this time. And you're gonna make sure that your pieces are going beyond your triangle, okay? Pop a few pins in if you want. Make sure if directional fabric doesn't really matter in this sort of thing, where it's a good thing to use directional fabric too, so to use it all up. Oops. Apparently. Okay, hold on, gotta rethread the machine. It didn't like what was going on. Okay. Easy peasy. Move the most useful tool in the quilt shop, the seam ripper. Okay. don't know where my scissors went. Hopefully I cut that. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Start from the beginning and work our way across. All right, there we go. Oh, shut the lid. Okay. And this is really fast. Once you got that main big triangle going off of, and then your little strips beyond that, it goes really, and you can make some beautiful, the one that they actually posted on the page was stunning. It was so pretty. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that. There's so much I want to do and so little time to do it in. Don't forget to press. You want to press as you go. Press open or press to the dark, whichever, you choose. Okay. Enough, Sophie, enough, all right. Just being woofus today, just Miss Woofus. Okay, all right, let's put, I didn't put this piece in. So that's got its little salvage edge on there, so let's trim that off. And of course this is longer than we need, but we'll just do it from just a little bit shy of that pink all the way down. Okay, that's got a little bit of a creamy color to it and a little bit of light green and a little bit of blue in there. That'll match. So I'm trying to make colors that will match lots of other people's colors that are going. I think these quilts, all these pieces get made into a quilt, of course, and they are donated. We have a variety of groups, I believe, that we donate to the Guild donates to. And so it's always nice to know that you're giving back to your community. Or to, at least, in your area. Okay, whether it's Children's Hospital or, our veterans or, our Quilts of Valor, that sort of thing. Okay, I think we'll do away with that one. We'll put this, I always thought, kind of peacocky kind of fabric, isn't it? I like it. Looks like peacock feathers. Okay. And then we'll press. I realized I didn't press after that one, so. And this doesn't take very long. Soon you'll have, even 4 of them can make a nice big pillow or a wall hanging or something like that. You put the colored triangles in or the colored triangles out, and you shake it up. I'm sure you can find something. You can find a pretty pattern you can like, no problem. All right, press to the dark. Okay. Nice and pretty. Ooh, I like the pink with that. It's pretty. All right, couple more strips and then we're done. Super easy peasy. I have to say at first, the first couple guild meetings, because I'd never joined a guild before, I was a little overwhelmed by what was going on and this and that. So I always forgot to do the block of the month, and I was like, okay, come on, you got to partake in this. It looks like fun, and it's helping people out, and that's why you join a guild, is to learn and partake and so on and so forth. So I said to myself, beginning of this year, that's it. If there's a block of the month, by golly, do it. It only takes a few minutes of your time. And I keep thinking that if I do a third one, so if I keep doing 2, then that third one can go into my weird collection of the scrappy quilts, and I'll have some weird quilt with all these weird blocks. But it'd be mine, and I'd be okay with that. Right. There we go. Another press. I think we'll add some purple. Looks like it needs a little bit of purple here. Okay, and then we shouldn't be too far. In fact, we are going to take a little flip and measure the way I was talking about. Okay, taking your half piece right at that little seam allowance, and then seeing how much more you need to piece and about which area you need to piece it in. So if you only have a chunk that's only this by this, and you're like, okay, Laura Lynn, that's not 18 inches. How am I supposed to put that on there without messing it up, right? Start off here, start off there, right bam in the center. So we know we got at least 3 inches to go. So let's put some purple, and then where's that purple leave of with a little bit of a tip. So let's do this. Maybe we'll do this one first. This one, and we'll use that light purple. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so we'll put that right in the center, and then we'll put the purple. This is a pretty teal. Okay. Hope you like our new little camera shot over on this side. You get to see what all sorts of mischief my fingers are up to. Thought we'd try and change things up a little bit and see if it's a better way for people to view. And here's my little back stitch button. And I love my little cut. My cut is I love it so much, my scissors are fading. Okay, one little piece, or maybe 2. Let's see if is that gonna cover that? Nope, okay, we'll use the bigger chunk. Perfect. And we know we only just need a little bit, so we'll make sure we're putting it in the right spot. And I just went through my scrappy bin. I thought, okay, what's pretty? Found the cream fabric first. It has a little bit of flowers on it, little tiny, tiny little flowers on it. But I didn't think that would be okay. It's a cream. It didn't say with or without pattern, so hopefully that's all right. Okay, that should be more than enough. Okay, we'll move this out of the way. Move these pieces. They can go for the next block. Okay. And then we're going to press this, and then we're going to cut it. Square it out to what it needs to be. Okay. All right, I'm going to stand for this. Okay. Move that off to the side. I don't want to get that in contact with mine just in case. Don't want to cut it. Now angle it up so that center line that's on your ruler, if you have one, I mean, you can easily do it the other way around. It's just making sure that your ruler is, you're setting it and you're cutting it that it's, you're 13 or 12.5 by 12.5. It's still just as easy to do. Okay, so lay it out flat. Even pressure. Okay. All the way around. This is what I said the other day, a lazy Susan would be awesome with a little mat on top. And I know lots of people have created them on Facebook and stuff, and I've seen them. There we go. Okay, and see, like again, you can take those pieces, match them up, and you got yourself a little funky little square sort of thing. A couple of those, you're good to go. All right, so here's block number 1 and block number 2. I think we're going to press that to the other. Somehow, that little tiny little tip. There we go. Okay, perfect. None of those look pretty. And then they were like putting them together so you can have all the triangles on the inside, or you would flip them this way and have all the white ones on the inside, or you can flip them and do them this way and flip them and do them that way. And okay. So thank you everybody for watching this weekend project. And it makes me feel good partaking in my quilt guild. If you have a quilt guild in your area, look them up, join them. Not very expensive, and you learn lots. Lots of guest speakers, and they always have tea and treats. Kudos. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. We really appreciate your subscribing and your liking and sharing the video and talking to your friends about it. We really do. So thanks, everybody, from the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to check out Weekend Project. Long on Wednesday. Thanks. Sorry, bye-bye.